needs to stop Colin before they make my daughter disappear.
Did you tell anybody about this?
You sure that's what you want?
In a weird way, I think it was a good thing.
Where's the one who's in trouble? She's really sick. You guys have to help me save her.
Just got a lead on Rocco.
Alexis' explosive confession changes everything. General Hospital spoilers tease a shocking summer twist as Alexis finally admits she's known for months that Willow shot Drew and kept it secret. As Drew recovers and gains power, hidden truths, dangerous alliances, and a desperate search for Britt and Rocco threaten to expose everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So let's get started. General Hospital. Alexis confesses Willow shot Drew. Admits she knows former client guilty. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Alexis Davis has plenty of drama coming up this summer. The situation with Drew Kane will shift and leave Alexis concerned about Scout Kane's future. General Hospital fans know Willow Kane is running low on the paralytic necessary to keep Drew locked in. That's why Willow and Nina Reeves are working so hard to get the leverage they need to silence Drew before it's too late. There'll be some curveballs that shake things up in this storyline, but Jack Brennan will strengthen his bond with Nina and prove his commitment to delivering what her daughter needs. It sounds like Brennan will deliver the dirt on Drew as promised in the end, so Willow may get by with everything she's done to her husband. Willow will have the upper hand when it comes to silencing Drew as he ultimately regains the ability to speak and gets mobile again. Of course, once Drew is back to normal, he may once again cause restraining order drama again for Alexis. Scout could be kept away from her family, especially Danny Morgan, since Drew views him as a bad influence. Alexis will be stressed out over Drew's recovery and may be frustrated over Willow not facing any kind of justice. Although Alexis doesn't know about the fake stroke or paralytic doses, she knows Willow was the one who shot Drew twice that fateful night. General Hospital spoilers say Alexis will eventually drop her deception when it comes to Willow and her true feelings about her. Once Drew is holding all the visitation cards instead of Willow, Alexis will be free to get honest about how she really feels about her former client. Willow is in for a shock when Alexis potentially admits she knows Willow is guilty of shooting Drew. Alexis may not reveal that Kai Taylor and Trina Robinson came to her with their witness accounts, but she could confess to ignoring evidence before closing arguments. Viewers may recall how Alexis went digging into the phone records and confirmed Willow got a call from Wiley Corinthos at the time Kai and Trina heard his ringtone on her phone. It proved to Alexis that Willow was right there in the house shooting Drew like Trina and Kai thought. Even if she doesn't share the details, Alexis will admit she's known for months that Willow shot Drew, and that she hates feeling responsible for Willow getting away with it. Whatever the case, General Hospital spoilers say Alexis will refuse to keep up this charade with Willow any longer, and will spell out how she truly feels down the road. Today's next update, Jack has a dire warning for Carly, plus Nathan tells Dante and Lulu where Rocco and Britt are. Today on General Hospital, Felicia reaches out to Nathan, Rocco enlists Charlotte and Danny's help, and Trina plans to distance herself from her parents. Curtis shows up at Portia's place and she invites him in. He called this meeting to talk about Trina. Neither of them has heard from Trina, who is giving them the silent treatment. Curtis says they have to find a way to co-parent and keep the peace while around Trina. Portia says the best they can strive for is civility for Trina and for the baby, and they can't continue to be this angry with one another. Curtis agrees and hates they've become the exes who can't stand one another. Portia says they need to start by not bad-mouthing each other in front of their daughter. They should also stop trying to blend their families for now. They agree not to include significant others when they have to be together for Trina or the baby's sake. Trina takes a stand. At the gallery, Trina tells Ava about the hell that broke loose at the baby shower after she left, and that she ended up walking out on her parents. The whole ordeal made her realize that her relationship with her parents is unhealthy. Trina says at some point she began to take on her parents' problems as her own. She has spent so much time trying to fix things that she wasn't living her own life, so she must walk away. Ava understands, and her Kiki did the same thing. She admits at first she thought she was trying to hurt her, but later realized her choices deeply wounded her daughter, and she was justified in setting boundaries. Ava suggests she stick to her guns but let her parents know why she's made this choice. Carly updates Jack. At Turning Woods, Carly tells Jack that Valentine has gone to meet Z, as Cullum has Albrecht finishing Faison's project, and the prototype could be up and running any day now. She also fills him in on finding Joss' ring, so she knows Joss is on Spoon Island. Carly hates knowing where Joss is and that she can't get to her. And now, Cullum suspects she's been working with Valentine. She fills him in on Valentine checking in on Anna at the clinic, leading Cullum to her place. Jack is less than thrilled with Valentine for making those mistakes, saying he's always been obsessed with Anna. As great as Carly is, it's always been Anna who is the one for Valentine, and his actions prove it. Carly says Cullum found no trace of Valentine at her house, but Charlotte was there when he searched it. Jack warns Carly that Cullum's no idiot, and she's in the same danger that Valentine is now. Why is Felicia visiting Nathan? At Nina's, Cassius gets a text from Cullum saying his mother is making good progress. That's when Felicia drops by, as she's worried about Nathan. She's noticed he hasn't been spending much time with James lately. Nathan says work has been chaotic but also admits he has taken a step back, as James' real home is with Maxie and Spinelli. Felicia agrees with him, but it doesn't mean he can't spend time with his son. She says James has room in his life for anyone who loves him, and Nathan will always be his father and nothing will change that. Nathan admits James makes it so easy to be his dad, and he loves the boy. Nathan suggests he take James to the batting cage, and they set up a date. Felicia gives him a hug, and we can see the guilt on his face. Dante has news for Lulu. At Lulu's, she's working on a story on Sidwell as Ethan chows down on chips. There is a knock at the door. Dante walks in with news about Rocco. However, he wants to speak to Lulu in private, knowing Ethan was the one who got Rocco the passport that let him flee the country, and he's not pleased with him. Ethan steps out and Dante tells Lulu that Brick has traced Britt, and Rocco is down in the islands. She wants to fly down and start looking, but Dante says they have to be smart. They don't want to lead Cullum to Rocco. They need to wait for Brick to find exactly where Rocco is. Lulu asks what they do when they find Rocco, as they can't bring him home. Dante says they go with the original plan, and they all go into hiding. Lulu knows Charlotte will be upset about her leaving, but will want them to protect Rocco. They also agree they are furious with Britt for letting Rocco go with her. Rocco makes a call for help. At the boathouse, Charlotte puts Rocco on speaker as the boy asks his friends to help him save Britt. Rocco explains Britt's Huntington's is getting worse, and they need to find Nathan, as he may be able to help get the meds she needs. Charlotte asks how they deliver it to him if they get the meds. Rocco gives them his address and begs them not to let anyone else know about this, not even his mom and dad. He also tells them not to call him, as Britt doesn't know what he's doing. Rocco then heads in to check on Britt, who admits she's not great and needs his help. Britt gives him a list of over-the-counter meds, but Rocco knows she really needs the injections. Britt says she's not even sure these symptoms are from her Huntington's, and these meds should help get her back on her feet. Rocco then heads out and soon returns with what she needs. She feels terrible that he has to take care of her, but he says they are taking care of each other. Back in Port Charles, Danny and Charlotte show up to see Nathan. They tell him about Rocco's call, and that Britt needs his help. Charlotte gives Nathan their address, and he says to leave this to him, and they are not to call Rocco or tell anyone about this. In the show's final moments, in the spirit of their new agreement, Portia invites Curtis to her ultrasound on Wednesday. As Curtis is leaving, they find Trina is at the door. Trina tells them that she's making a change in her life starting now. Ethan drops by to see Ava at the gallery, and he's there to give her a ride to see Sunny, so they shouldn't keep him waiting. Carly tells Jack the WSB has no proof she's working with Valentine. He says they don't need any. Look what they did to Jason. Jack tells her to leave Port Charles and claims she's going on a vacation as her life depends on it. Charlotte and Danny return to the boathouse, and Charlotte feels bad not telling Dante and her mom where her brother is. Rocco calls them back, and Charlotte tells him that Nathan is taking care of it. On the island, Britt calls out to Rocco from the couch, and she asks him to get her a blanket. She also heard him talking to someone outside, and he says it was the lady next door. She advises he avoid her as much as he can. Finally, Nathan shows up at Lulu's and Dante is still there. He has information about Britt and Rocco. He knows where they are.